You're watching Giants Now by Chat Sports, and I'm your host, Marshall Green. And we got a mailbag coming up. We're just going to answer questions from subscribers. So if you haven't yet, subscribe to the channel. Maybe we'll get to your question next time. This one coming in from Giants Suck Again. Says, Jadeveon Clowney has been great for the Ravens. Should we sign him in free agency? There's supposed to be a C in there, someone, my mayor. But look, Jadeveon Clowney is having, in my opinion, one of the best seasons of his career. He's got 7.5 sacks as we are in week, is this week 13? Week 14? We're going to get entering week 14, probably on pace to get around 10.5 sacks. I think he's only had 10 sacks one time in his career. It was 2021. He had 9 sacks with the Cleveland Browns, if I do remember. Giants need to improve the pass rush 100%. Kayvon Thibodeau's a stud. He's going to be there. Azeez Ojulari is really good when healthy. Can't depend on him anymore. Kayvon Thibodeau cannot be your only investment at the edge rusher position going into the 2023 season. And while Clowney is having a great year, I'm not paying him big money. He's done this thing over and over again, where he signs 1-year deal after 1-year deal after 1-year deal, hoping to have a season like he is right now. That way he can cash in on somewhat of a multi-year deal. And I'm not paying multi-years for big money for Jadeveon Clowney. I think there's other guys you could go and get. I'd love to go and sign Josh Allen, the outside linebacker of the Jacksonville Jaguars, in NFL free agency. If you're going to pay big money for a guy, I'm going with Allen over Clowney, and I'm also going with Danielle Hunter over him. Clowney probably cheaper, but I think there's just a little bit more risk involved. We've seen him fizzle with a couple of teams, didn't end well in Cleveland, and I wonder if he can keep up this type of play when he's got a little bit more cheddar in those pockets. What do you think? It would be pretty cool to have Clowney and Thibodeau on opposite sides, two really talented players and guys that are underrated in the run game. What do you think? Should the Giants sign Clowney? Type S for sign, type P for pass. Saquon Barkley says, let's trade for Scary Terry. Is that possible? Look, it's always possible to trade for players. But for a trade to happen, you need party A and party B to agree to the compensation. And I don't believe that the Washington Commanders would trade Scary Terry to the New York Giants. I think the Giants do need another receiver, and I think Scary Terry is a damn good one. I just don't see Washington trading their best receiver to a division rival in the New York Giants. Could be wrong, but that's just what I see. Karen Terrier Mom. I'm just kidding. What up, Karen? Do you think the Williams trade started the Daboll versus Wink feud? That is something I haven't even thought of, Karen, and that's why you're one of the smartest Giants fans I know. I'm sure that Wink Martindale was not happy about it. I'm trying to process this as this goes through. If I'm a defensive coordinator and my job is out there to go coach a good defense and win games, yeah, I'm going to be pretty damn upset when you trade my second best defensive line, or I guess third best at this point. Kayvon's probably better than Leonard Williams. So yeah, I'm sure he was a little bit upset about that. I think at the end of the day, he's just, from what I have heard, Brian Daboll has somewhat set unrealistic expectations on this defense. And Wink Martindale is a cool, calm, laid-back, no beef, address situations verbally. And Brian Daboll's kind of the opposite. One's a firecracker and one's a guy that is just a football dude. I think Wink's a damn good coach. I'd keep him around. I haven't thought about it from this angle. I think you could be onto something. Right there. Leonard Sinnard says, where do you rank our defense? Top 15. Right around there. I think that the defensive stats are a little bit inflated because, look, the Giants just lost a lot of games, and a large part of it is due to your offense not putting your defense in good position. I thought in 2022 the Giants played great complementary football. I don't think they're doing that this year, and I think that definitely hurts the numbers. I don't think they're a top 10 team. I think they're close to top 15. I mean, talk about just elite players you have. Dexter Lawrence is great. Kayvon Thibodeau is great. Bobby Okereke is great. Micah McFadden is coming along as a top inside linebacker. Deonte Banks is a good rookie corner. I think McKinney is solid. I don't know if they're top 15. I'd say anywhere from 15 to 20. Bottom half of the league, but closer to somewhere in the middle, if that makes sense. Gilly, what up, Gilly? What would convince you that Devito is the way? Better tape. finding checkdowns, going through reads, being quicker as he goes through progressions. He's no scrub. He's no scrub. I once said he's the worst quarterback in the NFL. I don't feel that way anymore. But I do think that Tyrod Taylor is better. I think he gives the Giants a better chance to win. I understand why some people would be Tommy DeVito, start younger, going to be on the team longer, and potentially, find out that you have backup quarterback. But you paid Tyrod Taylor $8 million to be this year's backup quarterback. And I think that's what he's going to be when Monday night gets here. We're going to get to more questions coming up in a second. But first, I got to give a huge shout out to Factor, today's sponsor of Giants Now. I am a massive fan of Factor. When you go to factormeals.com/GiantsChat50 and you use the promo code GiantsChat50, you're going to get 50% off your order. What I love about Factor is it fits my lifestyle. I am an extremely busy person. I work a lot, and I don't always have time to go to the grocery store. I don't always have time to prep my groceries and cook my meals, and I absolutely hate doing dishes because Seeps always leaves his dirty dishes in the sink, and I can never get to them. Well, thanks to Factor, I don't have to deal with that. I always know where my next meal is going to be. It's always going to be easily made. Pick your pre-made meals, prepped and cooked to perfection. Eat and enjoy. The best part is I don't have to throw my dirty dishes on top of Seeps' dirty dishes. The food is awesome. I feel healthy when I eat it. I just feel smarter. I feel like I'm saving money, and it's just something that really benefits my life. If you're an on-the-go person, you're busy, and you're looking for the number one ready-to-eat meals, go get hooked up with Factor. All that information will be clickable down in the comments and description of today's show. Naquan Page coming in with a $2 super chat. Naquan, we appreciate you, Brody. Says, do we bring back Kevin Zeitler for right guard? I wouldn't hate it. He's a little bit long in the tooth. I believe he's close to 34 years old. Let me quickly look. He's 33 years old. He'll be 34 in March. The Giants never should have cut him. All they did was cut him so they can get money to give Kenny Golladay, who we're still freaking paying right now. There's other guys that I would look at, though. Look, if he wants to come finish his career as a Giant on a one-year cheap deal, sure. But I'm looking for more of a solid, permanent fit, Naquan, at that right guard spot, and kind of, instead of just a stopgap, 1 to maybe 2 year play with Zeitler. I want a guy that's going to be there for 3, 4, 5, hopefully a while as the starting right guard. But Zeitler's a good player, and the Giants never should have released him to save the money to sign Kenny Golladay. Saquon Barkley is him. He's him. Says, at this point in hype, at this point in time, that's got to be it. At this point in time, I think Daniel Jones is going to ball next season. If he's the starting quarterback for the Giants, I'll be rooting for him. I'm just kind of over it. I'm just kind of over the Daniel Jones experience. I don't really have much more to say about Daniel Jones. I'm just kind of over it. You pay a quarterback $40 million, he's supposed to elevate. He doesn't. Rob Jigga says, Marsh, would you be upset the Giants drafted Latu or Dallas? No, I would not be upset at all. While, yes, I do think they should draft a quarterback, but I'm not drafting a quarterback at a spot he shouldn't be drafted at just for the sake that I need a quarterback. If you can get a top edge rusher to pair alongside Dexter Lawrence and Kayvon Thibodeau, I am in on that. Yeah, I would not be upset about that at all. Rules, Marshall's rules to being a successful football team. Protect the quarterback, get after the other team's quarterback, and get playmakers to help your quarterback. Dallas Turner, he helps you get after the other quarterback, as well as Latu, however you say his name. I'll know his name if he's a Giant, I know that. Johnson, the Daniel Jones experience or the Julius Randle experience? What's the difference? No, I'm just kidding. Julius Randle is a way better professional athlete than Daniel Jones. I would prefer probably the Julius Randle experience just for the simple fact that at least during the regular season, he's a damn good player. And like, yeah, he's more frustrating because of the talent. But yeah, I'd rather roll with. I got a freaking root for Randall and Daniel Jones. It's ridiculous. What did I do? What did I do? Gilly, $2 super chat. I think our QB will be picked up round 2. Who drops? You look at maybe a guy like J.J. McCarthy, maybe a guy like Quinn Ewers, maybe a guy like Bo Nix drops to the early second round. I mean, how many quarterbacks are going in the first round? You got Caleb Williams, you got Drake May. I think Michael Penix goes first round, and I think Jane Daniels goes first round. Maybe LV sure says Randall's nice, you bugging. Let me guess, you don't watch playoff basketball. Different show, different channel for that, though. Bo Nix, J.J. McCarthy, Quinn Ewers. I think those are guys that you could be looking at in the second round, Gilly. Those are guys I think so. As always, I just want to say thank you, and I appreciate you for tuning in. If you haven't yet, subscribe to the channel. Free Giants content every single day.